much I'm running down. Wireless connection between our souls. Your energy fills my empty holes. No power saving mode with you, full brightness, love shining through. That's our bond, of which I'm fond. You recharge my heart, when my energy runs low. Connected tight, everything's right when you're with me. Baby, night and day, give me light in every way. La 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 la, yeah, yeah, yeah. Fast charging love that never depletes. Battery life extended when our hearts meet. Through connection, everything powers up again. In your affection, finding strength time and again. Charge me up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Fill my cup, gotta touch your love, never enough. Da 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 da, yeah. Cool, 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 yeah. Get back down. Practice what to say in front of my mirror. Ask my group chat for advice about my feelings. Heart beating out of my chest, overthinking like the rest. But tonight I'll bring it to light. Deep breath, mind is racing, but I can't hold back anymore. Hearts on embracing what I've been waiting for. Gonna tell you how I feel, how I feel. No more hiding in the shadows. My truth comes out without a doubt. It's now or never. Taking chances, chances with my heart, worth the risk. strength makes so much sense. Da-do-da, here I go. Feel me too. Hey, yeah, yeah, this honest love. Yeah, yeah, heart of gold.
Gentle as the rain, powerful the same, like nothing ever felt, making my heart melt. Sound of beating hearts, perfect start. Storms roll through, hearts stand strong. Love breaks new. Your love's a gentle storm inside. Perfect right. Nothing ever felt this real. Love I feel. Stay right here and hold me tight. Through the night. This love's flowing. Keep it showing. Through quiet storms where love transforms. Perfect beat we found, breaking every bound. Every beat we share takes us somewhere rare, like waves that lift us high, making spirits fly. Sound that's pure and true, only you. Rain falls soft, hearts embrace. Love, your love's a gentle storm inside. Perfect right. Nothing ever felt this real. Love I feel. Sound of your heart next to mine. So divine. This love's flowing. Keep it showing. In this gentle storm, hearts beat, forever staying.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Oh, baby. Your last message still on my phone. Can't bring myself to delete it all alone. 3 words that keep me going strong, even though you're now gone. What can I do?
Good evening and good morning, everyone. So, wherever you are in the world, welcome to this special Runesoul Fireside Chat. So, today is the 3rd of December, which is exactly 48 hours since our TGE on MEXC. These past 2 days has been absolutely insane. And if you looked at the charts, you will definitely know why I am grinning from ear to ear at this very moment. But before we were to dive into the data, I have finally managed to capture today's protagonist. So, 2 days ago, due to a nightmare flight delay, he has missed our launch tonight. But he is finally returned safely to HQ. So, welcome back, Corey. First off, have you recovered from that terrible, terrible flight?
Yes, I have. Thanks so much for having me. Really excited to be here. Um, yeah, that moment really brings up some regrets. Unfortunately, there was a delay due to congestion on the tarmac, so my flight was stuck on the tarmac for quite a long time, including the critical 11 a.m. when the critical moment when RST officially opened up for trading. I had a little bit of limited in-flight network, so I wasn't able to join the video conference. And even if I was able to, even if the connection was sufficient, they wouldn't allow me to hold a video call in the cabin. But I was able to see the MAXE trading book, and so I saw that explosive market reaction, watching the price break the issue, climbing to 10x, 20x, all the way to 50x. Um, so that was quite the moment, being cramped in that cabin cockpit and watching that. Um, I do have to extend my sincerest apologies to Jerry and to Dr. K, and especially to any users who were waiting for me in the live stream that night. I'm very sorry I couldn't be there for Runesoul's milestone highlight moment, but I do promise that I will be in every key battle moving forward. We'll be leading the charge, and we'll be right on the front lines.
That sounds like a painful process. But with that, it actually proves the vitality of Runesoul, even if the captain is temporarily away from the helm. So the ship actually still moves at full speed ahead, powered by the community. So perhaps that is the true charm of decentralization. And even though you weren't there, quote unquote, physically, the chart performance was the best, quote unquote, spokesperson. So, with that, let's recap the data for those who actually missed it. So, Runesoul opened at 50x, then marched all the way up, hitting a peak increase of 77x. Even with a slight pullback now, we are stabilized at a 30 million market cap within just a few hours. So, Corey, when you finally got off the plane and saw those fantastic final numbers locked in, what was the first thought that popped in your mind?
That's a good question. My first thought wasn't we succeeded, but rather, hey, the community won, and they won beautifully. Potato, over the past year, I've met no less than 20 so called industry experts. I've had people sit in my office pointing at PowerPoints, telling me, hey, Cory, you're too naive. Without VC backing, without market makers forcefully controlling the board, your token will go to zero the moment it launches. They advised me to sell chips cheaply to institutions in exchange for a false sense of security. But our team debated this for 3 days and nights, and finally we said no. We chose to trust the real players, to trust organic consensus. Looking at that K-line chart, it didn't pump and dump to zero like other degen products. Instead, it moved sideways at high levels, changed hands, and broke out again. This proves the truth. A group of retail investors with shared beliefs is more powerful than any cold VC capital. That 77x increase wasn't made by me, it was voted for by these 15,000 holding addresses with real capital.
So that really, really hits home. Organic consensus is the perfect term for it. So we actually saw analysis like there's one whose name is Liang Gong saying in the last stream that they were waiting for a pullback to buy the dip. But as you all were to know, the pullback actually never came and it keeps going up. So many of your friends might not understand this. So why is RST's performance completely different from those, GameFi tokens that crash within the 24 hours? So what is the logic behind this, Corey?
It's not just about hype, this is fundamental economics. So Let's deconstruct the traditional GameFi issuance model. A project, before it even launches, might have already sold 20% or even 30% of its tokens to VCs. What is the cost for these VCs? Maybe a fraction of a penny. And the public sale price for retail investors might be 10 cents. So what does this mean? It means that VCs are sitting on a 100x profit cushion. Once listed on an exchange, no matter how the price moves, the only rational action for a VC is dumping to cash out. This forms an invisible sell wall hanging over every player's head. But in Runesoul, this wall simply does not exist. Because we have no private rounds, no seed rounds, every single RST circulating on the market right now was either bought with cold hard money on MEXC or earned bit by bit by the community doing early tasks. Everyone's cost basis is in a relatively fair range. No one is holding 100x profit rushing to exit. People aren't selling not just because of the cost, but because they know the game opens on December 5th. They know they are holding the shovels to enter the gold mine. When you remove this original sin of VC dumping, the price discovery becomes pure. That's why analysts couldn't wait for a crash, because there were no whales looking to cash out massive profits.
Indeed. So VC dumping is basically the origin sin of GameFi 1.0 and the biggest pain point for retail investors. So without that sword of Damocles hanging overhead, the the psychological safety is completely different. So would you say that the current holders have more stickiness, like they are around more often compared to previous projects?
Uh, Stickiness is too light a word. I would call it a comrades in arms relationship. We have over 150,000 holding addresses on chain right now. In the traditional model, these 150,000 people might just be speculators wanting to hit and run. But in Runesoul, because everyone bought in fairly, they are more like the founding shareholders of this digital nation. By holding tokens, they have secured a spot in this ecosystem. They aren't waiting to break even. They are waiting for the grand opening on December 5th to verify exactly how much treasure their tickets can dig up.
So, comrades in arms, that's actually a really good metaphor. This leads us to the next topic, the product. So, RuneSoul claims to define Gamify 4.0. And with that, everyone's asking, what does, Gamify 4.0 actually mean? Is it just better graphics and a larger client?
Well, graphics are important, of course. Our client on Google Play is 1.2 gigabytes, which is an outlier in a blockchain gaming circle filled with web-based minigames. Uh, this means we have a complete worldview, detailed modeling, and fluid combat mechanics. But that's just the baseline. The true core of GameFi 4.0, I believe, is social as productivity and AI empowerment. Look back at GameFi 1.0, like Axie. That was single player gold farming. You were alone, boring, tapping the screen. And in Runesoul, we turned human cognition and human connection into core gameplay. We designed guild alliance wars and team abyss dungeons. If you can rally a team or lead a guild to occupy a city, your earnings get a multiplier bonus. You can even earn dividends from the territory's taxes. We turned social relationships into quantifiable real money. It's no longer a one man battle, but a carnival for the group.
Thank you, Corey. So the social monetization point is, it sounds very interesting. Sounds like monetizing the glory of guild wars directly, which will definitely incentivize many guilds to join. Also, I saw there are plenty of reviews on Google Play praising the AI features. So for those busy crypto native users, what does that mean for them?
This is exactly the killer feature we tailored for Web3 users. We know very well that our core users, everyone here, are very busy.
Mhm.
You all have full time jobs, you need to watch the charts, you need to watch the K lines. You can't spend 8 hours a day manually grinding the game like a college student. So we developed the AI hosting system. This isn't just a simple AFK or away from keyboard mode. You can train your AI to complete daily boring dungeon grinds for you. It learns to mimic your combat style, even while you're sleeping or in an important Zoom meeting. Your digital twin is still working for you in the Runesoul world, producing resources. You only need to focus on the most core exciting parts, such as strategy formulation, guild command, and asset training. AI handles the tedious labor. You handle the joy of the game theory. This is how we define GameFi 4.0. It is both play to earn and AFK to earn.
That sounds very exciting and exhilarating. So, AI working for me while I technically just sit back and count the money. This is, I feel like it's truly a blessing for Web3 people. So, however, Corey, while the entire concept was to sound perfect, the elephant in the room is always that one question, which is the death spiral. So many previous blockchain gamers like Stepan or Axie crashed after token production hit a surplus. When everyone starts mass farming on December 5th, how do we prevent the RST from crashing?
Yeah, this is a matter of life and death. We
Mhm.
spent 2 whole years modeling to find the answer. Our moat consists of 2 lines of defense. So, line one, absolute deflation or 100% burn. Most GameFi economic models are just left hand to right hand.
Uh-huh.
Tokens consumed by flares flow back into the reward pool, causing more and more tokens in the total pot. In this case, inflation is inevitable. But Runesoul is different. When you spend RST to upgrade weapons, buy dungeon tickets, or synthesize high level gems, these tokens are not recycled. They are sent directly to a black hole, burned, gone forever. Our total supply is 10 billion. Our goal is to burn the total amount down to just 1 billion over the game's life cycle through this extreme mechanism. That means the hotter the game gets, the more players there are, the fewer RST will be on the market. That is scarcity. Line two is AI dynamic adjustments. So traditional games economies are static. Parameters are hard coded, but the market is alive. We introduced an AI system that acts like an algorithmic central bank, monitoring the network wide production and consumption data 24/7. If it detects that the market selling pressure is suddenly increasing, the AI will automatically micro adjust the game's drop rates, production difficulty, or increase the attractiveness of consumption scenarios to dynamically balance supply and demand. It is more timely and fairer than human intervention. So don't worry that farm withdraw sell will crush us. We have an economic system armed to the teeth, protecting everyone's assets. We want RST to be hard currency like gold, not infinitely printed fiat.
Wait, 100% burn? Usually projects actually keep a portion of like for the treasury or like recycling. Doesn't like burning it directly means you're giving up a huge chunk of revenue to support the token price? That really shows, burn the boats determination. I personally am much more confident in the deflation logic now. So with that, let's talk about growth. To support a large economy, we need more people, right? And I have heard rumors that there is a massive fund being used to support the ecosystem. Is this confirmed, Corey?
Yes, I don't like hiding things. I'm officially confirming it right here. We have established and activated a $10 million Runesoul ecosystem support fund. This money isn't for the team to buy mansions, nor is it for VC dividends. This money is for you, the builders of the ecosystem. So, are you a guild leader with 500 scholars? Come to us. We have guild onboarding grants. Are you a TikTok creator good at making strategy guides? Come to us. We have content creation bounties.
Oh.
Are you a geek who wants to develop tools on our future public chain? Come to us. We have a developer fund. Our vision is to be the Steam of Web3, and we can't do it alone. We need thousands of evangelists like Jerry. We need to grow users from 150,000 to 1.5 million, and this $10 million is our war chest. So if
Mm.
you have the ability to bring traffic or create high quality content, please apply directly in our official Discord. The checks are ready. It depends on whether you can still claim them.
$10 million. Well, it's definitely enough for the team to buy a boat or like buy a mansion, right? So that is absolutely Arsenal level support to the oh bless you to the guild leaders and content creators in the stream. So you have heard us here in real time. This is a huge real bonus. So okay, money talk is over, and let's talk about the immediate battle. So December 5th, trial run. Many people in chat are asking if, the quote unquote trial run will wipe data. Everybody is worried that their hot earned gear will be wasted.
Now, let me be incredibly clear, leaving no room for ambiguity here. There will be no wipes.
Hmm.
This is not a drill. This is a real war. We call it a trial run simply because we need to stress test the servers in batches. But this is definitely not just for fun. Every gold coin, every piece of equipment, every level you gain after December 5th belongs to you permanently. In fact, Jerry calls it the head
The
mine,
headline.
Genesis mining phase, and that term is precise. Why is it the head mine? Because in this phase, competition is relatively low, and to reward early warriors, we have tuned the drop rates and earning multipliers to a very attractive level. If you miss the MEXC airdrop for various reasons, or miss the opportunity to get in at the bottom of the TGE, then December 5th is the second chance God is giving you. This is the speedrun time we left for core fans before the global open beta and the massive influx of troops.
Okay, highlighting the key point. There will be no wipes. So which means people entering on the 5th of December will have a full 5 days of head start over those entering on the 10th of December. That is definitely a massive gap in the snowballing world of GameFi. Even in the real world, that is a lot of days, bro. So, to seize this opportunity, what should players do immediately as of now, Corey?
Three things, simple but critical. Number one is download the game immediately, whether you're on Android or APK or even an emulator. Our package is 1.2 gigabytes, lots of content. Don't wait until the minute before servers open to download. The network traffic
Mhm.
will choke you. Find a good guild, go to our Discord, or just search on Twitter. It is hard to survive alone on Runesoul. Teaming up for dungeons yields higher results. You need brothers. Um, Stockpile some MST on MEXC. If you want to buy the battle pass on day one or want to synthesize the first purple weapon, you need RST as fuel. Don't wait until the open beta on December 10th when professional gold farming studios enter. Resources might get expensive. Now is the best moment to prepare for war.
So, with that, that guide is super, very practical. So, with that, everyone in our AMA at this moment, do take notes. And with that, oh, time actually really flies. And we are about to wrap up today's AMA. So, last but not least, finally, let's look a bit further ahead. So, Runesoul clearly wants to be more than just a game. In 2025, or even further in the future, what is the end game for Runesoul?
Exactly, Potato. Well put. This game is our Trojan horse. We are going to use an extremely fun top tier graphic game to seamlessly bring millions of Web 2 players into Web 3. Once we have those millions of real active users. We will launch the Runesoul public chain and our own decentralized exchange, or DEX.
Ooh.
By then, RST will no longer just be a game coin. It will evolve into the gas token of a high-performance public chain. So holding RST means you not only get game items, but the initial equity of the entire future Runesoul ecosystem empire. We are building a digital economy with a volume that will rival some small nations.
Wow.
And you, every early token holder here today, are the founding citizens of this digital nation.
Wow, what an incredible vision! From a 77x opening to an AI empowered game and onto a future public chain empire, Rune Soul is definitely, indeed, playing a big, huge game of chess. So, Corey, once again, thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you for rushing here immediately, even after the flight delay. It definitely has given the community immense confidence. So, with that, before we were to actually say goodbye, is there any final words for our Rune Soul Legion?
Thank you, Potato. Thank you all to the community that came here, to the community members supporting us. The past 48 hours were a miracle, but that
Mhm.
was just the warm up match. The real battle begins on December 5th. I will wait for you in the game lobby. So, sharpen your swords, assemble your teams. Let's create history together.
Thank you very much, Corey. And I believe all of us, everybody in Rune Soul, will be waiting for you in the game lobby as well. So, with that, the boss has spoken, people. So, RST is trading on MEXC, and the game starts the war on time on December 5th. So, this is Rune Soul. We are just getting started. Good night and good morning, everyone, and see you in the world of Runesoul. See you there. Goodbye. Have a nice week. Bye bye.
Thanks so much. Bye bye.
Still so in love with you. Heart is breaking as I read those words once more. Ooh, love's it aching like it did before. Your last message to me, still saved in our conversation. I love you too, words still true, though we've reached the end. I miss you, baby, baby, every day. Want you in every way. La la la. Phone clutched tightly as I sleep at night.